This segment is brought to you by Virginia 811. Remember to always contact Virginia 811 before you dig. Learn more at va811.com.
Welcome back to Living 757. Now, Ashley, I don't know about you or even your husband, Keith, but I've noticed for some reason my grass in my backyard has just been dying all of a sudden. Is this happening to y'all?
I'm not really sure. I think that's more of like a man thing.
I knew you was going to say something crazy. Look, I don't know.
What? No, okay. I do all the cooking. He worries about the outside stuff.
Gotcha.
So I don't think it's dying because I think he'd be complaining about it if it was.
Right. Well, I don't know if it's a mole or bugs or lack of water. Either way, I hope our next guest can help me fix the problem and can help us out with it. Welcome to Living 757, Trista Imrich to the show. How are you doing, Trista?
Hi, I'm well. I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. And I know you just heard us talking about our situations here. But I got to ask you, so you are a landscape designer. Okay, so what's the focus as a landscape designer?
So generally, as a landscape designer, I help clients, typically residential clients, so homeowners like yourselves, to best utilize their landscape. So when I meet with them, we're talking about how they function in their landscape, what kind of paths are they using, what's the flow, what kind of views do they want to have, how do they want to use the space, do they need it for dining, do they want to have a pool for fun, do they want to run around the yard with the kids, so trying to decide functionally how is that going to best work for them. And then of course, as a designer, always having that eye for design as well and making sure that it's just as aesthetically beautiful as it is functional.
Right, but what's the difference between the landscape designer and a landscaper?
So I think landscaper gets used pretty generically, and so somebody who's coming out to maintain your yard may be a landscaper, but as someone who has gone to school, gotten certified, and these different things as a certified landscape designer, and really have taken the steps to properly, understand all of the different things that go into design. That kind of is a differentiator between someone who's just coming out and doing landscaping or the homeowner who's plopping a few things in the yard. I know you guys don't do that.
Guilty.
Versus actually doing, designing the space and being intentional about it.
Okay. I think the only part of my yard we were really intentional about was where we have our hummingbird feeder. We have this really pretty red honeysuckle next to it. I spent way too long at Home Depot trying to research what the hummingbirds would like. What kind of habitats can you make when it comes to wildlife in people's yards?
Yeah, well, and hummingbirds are a wonderful example because everyone loves to see them.
They're so cute.
And the honeysuckle is a fantastic plant for them, so well done.
Thank you.
Hopefully it was a native one. And that's where I do focus my work is on using native plants and creating habitat. So when you talk about that function within the landscapes, I'm focusing not only on the function for people, but also the function for wildlife. And so using those native plants, we're bringing in food and habitat for the wildlife. And so...
Oh, yeah, I can see the pictures there. Yeah.
Yes, that one's actually in my own backyard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now...
And so, go ahead.
So we have some pictures because these are some beautiful pictures of some. So is that considered a beautiful picture? Because it looks like a lot of brushes and stuff.
There's a lot of fall color going
Oh
on
gosh!
there.
So yeah, this is my yard.
This is not my landscape.
So help me with something like this. So this is my yard. Grass just started dying, so I'm sure it's lack of water and all types of stuff, right?
There could be a number of different things, and honestly, as someone creating habitat, I don't work with a lot of turf, but yeah, I think if you have something like a dog who may be using the lawn for running around or something like that, that could be the problem. Or we do have a lot of moles and voles in this area and grubs from different things, Japanese beetle grubs. And there are organic ways of dealing with that too. So there's things like little sound things you could put in the ground or putting out like milky spore in the fall. So there's a number of different things that could address that. And if you get really desperate, there are some really beautiful astroturfs these days too.
Duly noted.
Well, Trista, thank you so much for joining us. Your information has been up on the screen so our viewers know exactly where to find you. Thank you again.
Thank you.